Hey y'all. So recently walking to and fro from my job, I am now starting to get identified as them presenting to the point where people call me ma'am or people call me like miss or things like that. And it's still wrong because I'm non-binary, but there's like a real fun, like chaotic part of that where I can respond in a way that makes them go, "What?" Because
Yes, welcome back. Men and women have different spiritual rules assigned to them. And these rules are not limited to motherhood wars. These people will never understand. Somebody once said ideological subvention is a tactic used by government, political organizations, or other groups to influence the way people think and behave, often with the goal of achieving a specific political agenda. This can be done through various means such as media and education. And these people are doing just that. There is this clip I came across where this lady made it clear their agenda is to change the way people think.
like chaotic part of that where I can respond in a way that makes them go, "What?" Because I'll intentionally like lower my voice and they'll be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you help me out with this?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I think my gender is the emotions of straight people being utterly confused. Like, I just want to instill chaos and like that's my pronouns, that's my gender, that's my identity, that's my sexuality. It gives me all the euphoria to cause fuckery. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
What?
You need saying that you need to leave.
Say it's because I'm black.
I didn't say anything.
You
about
just told the police I was black.
because they asked.
I only you can. What?
You need to leave.
Or what?
The cops are on their way right now.
What that's gonna do to me?
I don't care. You need to leave.
You call because
Yes, please pardon me if you get any noise on the background. Is my son. Now, taking a look at this clip, you realize these people are just out here to cause more problem in our society. And I'm glad they are coming out straight to admit this in public. When I came across this clip, it reminded me of some videos I've done on this channel similar to this. When we say it, some people say it's a conspiracy theory. You people just create this. But now you were seeing it clearly what they are out to do. They are there to derail us with these clips. Sometimes I just want to ignore them, but I will say no. It is good calling out these people. I'm not supporting these two people, they are all woke. The store owner is wrong. Why this black guy is wrong? The store owner first was misgendered and immediately got angry and asked this man to leave. And threatening this guy is wrong. Why this guy standing still looking for problems where there seems to be no problems? Struggling to play the victim card, talking about this issue of color again. If you are into somebody's store and you are to buy something or the person asks you to leave, just leave. Because at the end of the day, it will be considered trespassing. They ask you to leave, you should go. If this guy committed what he promised to do, like I trimmed the part off to this guy, he'll be in problems. So you see that these two people are actually wrong. According to me, if I'm this guy, if you misgender the guy and the guy is not happy about it, why just not leave? Look for another store. Go there than standing here making noise. You know, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You have a lot of things to do. Time is money. The guy doing this, you standing there to do that, you're wasting your time. Reason I consider this person to be woke just from talking about gender issues and you're asking somebody to leave is just something that turns me off. Because that's not a sufficient text for you to tell somebody to leave your store because the person called you this. You are not in this store, you know. Then write something, put on your face. So when somebody sees you, I am this, I'm identified as that. I think that would be a sufficient text, like to prove to people, like that's who you are. People always struggle to create problems where they seem to be none.
Are we going to have Dana be checking our tags for whether it's a knit blend or a polyester blend or the silk count? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Lady, you're right. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely
So
absurd
why are you doing it?
that we even have to talk about it on the House floor.
I agree. So why did you bring it up?
Why should we talk about something like this? It is absolutely ridiculous. You
brought this to the floor, lady. You tell me.
I spent $1,200 on a suit and I can't wear it in the people's house because someone who doesn't have the range tells me that it's inappropriate.
Decorum is more than just rules. It is respect for each other, respect for the institution, and respect for this magnificent building. I have felt compelled to offer this amendment, which cleans up some of the language in Rule 98 by mirroring the previous language in the gentleman's dress code.
I think we're being quite pedantic here by making rules so petty, and what it will ultimately lead to is the disenfranchisement of folks. For example, they don't make jackets or blazers for women who are pregnant. That could be very uncomfortable, particularly in a pro-life state. I don't want the doorman to be walking around while we're engaging in important debate, trying to figure out whether or not something is a blazer, or while someone is in the middle of talking, being able to speak on behalf of their district, someone thinks it's funny to go get a doorman or to point of order them in the middle of speaking because they may not understand the difference between a blazer, an Afghan, a jacket, or something else. This is not what the taxpayer is paying for us to do. There are some very serious things that are in this rule package that I think we should be debating, but instead we are fighting, again, for a women's right to choose something, and this time is how she covers herself and the interpretation of someone who has no background in fashion.
So I'm curious about why you felt so strong